Niggas fucking where your fan at. Shit, nigga, where your fan at. I ain't cool, we gonna make moves. Leave a nigga sicker than the anthrax. Hooked up in my new edition. Tell Shorty she my new edition. Fuck her out the frame, she can't stand the rain. Gotta sing like she new edition. They like, damn, that's your new edition. But I'm on to my new edition. Flying nigga, man, I talk my shit. But talk crazy every two niggas. I feel shit, I got the COVID flow. But niggas acting like we only dope. Nigga, I'm home dope. But I can make a nigga overdose. To the point, they see the whole ghost. Nigga, home smoke. You see niggas slow, you roll. I get break, I get roll. So I'm niggas on my phone in the back of a yacht. But the thought in here, they told them, they walk. Yeah, they gon' hate when shit talk. Man, I've been a man so long with the good stuff. I heard the shit like kick off. Hit it like, walk them down. Hit it like, walk them down. Hit it like, I'm the man in my city. I'm the man to get busy. I'm the man with this glizzy. I'm the man that if you talk crazy. Home family, want me. Boy, better keep shit moving. I ain't really with the dumb shit. I'm really bow out. I'm on the good stuff. I'm on the shit like kick off. Hit it like, walk me there. Hit it like, I got me staring at your baby picture. Trying to be your baby picture. Feeling like I'm going through all this stress, trying to relate the ghost. Feeling like I'm heartbroken. Feel like something breaking. Feeling like I'm blocking all these changes, trying to break the I've been searching for some answers that I can't find. With no direction in this world that leaves a man blind. I need some guidance. Tell me if it has a landline. So I can talk to Uncle and Pops at the same damn time. Talk to every day that you go, feeling like the day that I'm on. I be lost in the sauce to remember what day that I'm on. Talking to your husband, he hurt because his baby is gone. But every time a person die, a new baby is born. It's fact. Something I know that one day we can't go through place we all know, no. One day I'm seeing something I know that one day we can't go through place we all know, no. One day got me praying at your gravesite. This was heartbreak like breaking so much wrong shit. I can't even think right. I can't even think like need help, blame twice. Feel like I had all it blocked. Somebody hit the brake lights. If you hit the brake lights, I'ma hit the green light. I've been uninspired. I'm just trying to do this thing right. I done had some bad spirits haunt me in my dreams. Like devil on my shoulders with the angels on my wings. But let's go out to anybody that lost somebody. You know you gotta hold them tight in your heart and never let them go. Let's go. Something I know that one day we can't go through this we all know, oh no. One day I'm seeing something I know that one day we can't go through this we all know, oh no. One day I'm seeing.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is your boy AD, and we got another edition of the Indie Spotlight. Today we have a very special guest joining us. He's an artist, songwriter, battle rapper, actor, model, and entrepreneur who has overcome tremendous adversities to create a successful path in entertainment from Jersey to Philly and beyond. He shared the stage with major artists, opening up for Music Soul Child, and continues to inspire people to his music and story. I want y'all to please help me welcome the talented JERS. What's up with you, man?
What's going on, y'all?
So I appreciate you being on tonight. We're just gonna let you, we're gonna talk to you so your friends and supporters can get to know you a little bit better. So we're gonna start off. Many people see the artists and performers today, but I want you to go back to the beginning. So tell us about young Derek Butler growing up and what life was like being a musician before it became a career.
It was more of a, like I always say this, I became an artist from my mom. Like mom used to do poetry. So from her doing poetry, I learned poetry. And I kind of followed that. And from following poetry, somebody taught me how to convert. They told me that poetry is like a form of rap, but just the way you word it. Once I learned how to do that on my own, I was 8. So once I learned how to do that, then I was able to, really think on.
All right. So we're gonna talk about how did you get the opportunity to work with music?
Uh, it's crazy because when I was young, when I was younger, I kept saying that I was going to meet him one day. I used to always say the songs. So one day, outside of I was working doing promotion for another promoter. He basically, they telling me, promote this music soul child event. Promote the music soul child event. All that he wound up coming out to the event, and the main promoter who put me on, this guy disappeared.
Right.
So of course, I'm third party promotion. When I show up, nobody know who I am. They acting like they don't want to let me in, but I proved like I got to work there. So, I was working on it. So fast forward, it came to a situation where it kind of was like divine energy because
Right.
it was like I was blocked off from where I was at and where he was at. I was blocked off from getting to him. But somehow, like, I told Miles, said a prayer, like, God, like, this is my chance. I never really get to see this guy. I always said I'm gonna meet him. I need a little help. But
Right.
I was dressed up real sharp in a suit in the club we was at. I didn't realize it, but all the managers was dressed up in like super sharp ass suits. But this particular day, I
Hmm.
showed up in a super sharp ass suit. So the security guard tried to, and I went to go walk up. There was two females. I said, listen, the only way I could look serious, I seen one of the managers, he walked through with two females. So I grabbed two beautiful females. I'm walking with them on my side. I'm dressed super sharp. I go to walk up to the security guard and go walk past me. He went to stop me. Like, yo, what are you doing? And I was like, there ain't nothing gonna stop me. I just looked him up and down. I said, man, you can't be serious right now. You must be new. So you don't know who I am? But mind you, I got these two beautiful women with me. So he look at me but mind you, I'm dressed sharp, head to toe.
That's right there.
So he look at the two females. The females looking at him like, you don't know who the fuck he is. Mind you, I'm just perpetrating. At the time, I was really, wasn't nobody known. I wasn't nobody known. But my confidence was so serious. Like, you don't know who I am. The dude was like, "Oh, my bad. You must be one of the managers. I see you with the suit and the two girls. Come on."
Right.
I was paying attention because I watched the managers. I watched like two managers do that. So I just followed suit. I got in, made my way through paparazzi. I went to go take a picture with him, and it was the security guard who was like hassling the bullshit out of me from me just trying to get, just trying to get a picture with him.
Yeah.
But he was like, he went out the back of the club, stuff was going on. So he up the alleyway and I'm like, yo, music. So mind I'm just sharp. The security guard, like, man, like, man, you look like a female right now. You trying to be a fan. You fanned out. You just said that. And I'm like, yo, like, I'm trying not to get into it with him. You know what I'm saying? He
Right.
was saying shit. And I'm turning around looking at him like, bro, I could tell you hating. Like, go ahead. But one of the other security guards knew who I was and was trying to warn him, like, bro, don't get it twisted because he got the suit on, like he's dangerous. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? But I'm there just supporting, trying to show love. But the security guard was hassling me so much. Music turned around, was like, yo, like, he's up the alleyway, but he heard the commotion between me and the guy. And he turned around like, yo, it's cool. Yo, you can get a picture with me. Like, we can, like, yo, come on. You know what I'm saying? And that moment to me
Yeah.
was just like, damn, he a real one. Cause he could have watched it happen and kept moving. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. True.
And, we go take a picture and everything. And my phone was messing up. And I told him about how I promoted the event and everything. But it's funny when I walked up in the suit, first thing he said out his mouth was, he's like, damn, from the way you dressed, you would have thought it was you, man. You know what I'm saying? Mind you, it's
You're right.
his event. But I'm dressed so sharp and it's so crazy. Like I'm holding my phone trying to get this take a picture of this magical moment. Now the promoted the event, it was super lit, so I'm hyped. I'm just like I'm waiting to get my pay. I mean, I'm mad the other promoter who was supposed to, be there, he wasn't there, but I worked it out with the management. I'm like, all right, I can make music. I'm hyped. And my phone is like the devil was messing with me. My phone couldn't get the picture for nothing. Like I'm trying to
Oh,
take the
dang.
picture. It's like my camera kept messing up. And out of nowhere, it was a photographer who was sneak taking pictures. So I'm mad because the picture I took looked like crap. So it's like me and music looking at this picture in my phone, right? But this how crazy.
Right.
I'm holding my phone trying to like get my camera to work. So music looking down at the phone, I'm looking down at the phone at the same time, right? Trying to get to work. He was being patient with me, but then his manager, yo, we gotta go.
Yeah.
But in that moment of me looking down trying to snap the picture that I took was trash. I'm not gonna lie, it
Right.
was trash. But that moment of both of us looking down at my phone, a photographer was sneak taking pictures, caught that shot. You know what I mean? So it looks like I'm showing him something in my phone or some cool stuff, and I'm just so fly, he just so
Right.
fly. So it's so crazy. I was mad because my phone was messed up. I was trying to give him my number, all this crazy stuff. Then I know where, he leave. I'm telling him like, yo, I'm like, I ain't even worried about it because I know I'm gonna meet you again and we're gonna be able to work. You know what I mean? The photographer comes to me later when I'm walking back because I'm mad. Like, damn, I was supposed to get that picture. He's like, yo, I'm gonna send you something to your Instagram. Give me a couple days. So I'm like, all right, cool. A couple days go by, he sent me that picture and it looked crazy. Like it already looked like I'm on, but it was just more motivation for me. Like, damn, I needed that. But
Right.
from there, for me, continuing to support music anytime he came to the city, I wound up meeting some people who work with him and they wound up plugging me in. And this is how I wound up meeting my manager and, working with, I was working with his promoter. His promoter put me in contact with my manager. We've just been working since.
So, and I see that you're doing a lot here and all that, but and I know that, like, how did you feel after, like, just having that experience to, because a lot of people, they're as artists are looking for that experience to get put on by somebody like a Raheem Devon on music, Leon Thomas type situation. And you had that opportunity, like what did it feel like for you to have that opportunity to get that favor that you got?
I mean, that favor was good, but it was one of those things where it's like I haven't reached that pinnacle I know I can reach with music to where we creating together this and that. It's like we've met, we have mutual parties. They know who I am, I know who they are, but I'm not at that level yet. Or you know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
when he see me, it's not like he don't know who I am. As soon as he saw my face, he's like, "Oh snap, you the kid from the club." You know what I'm saying? This is years later. You know what I'm saying? So the day I dropped my Gemini album was the day he was in Philly to perform. So to celebrate for myself, I went to go see him because he was my motivation to create that. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? And
Right.
it's crazy how the universe works. The night that I'm there, a bunch of stuff was going on. I wound up talking to a guy, not knowing he's the promoter for music. So me and him just having a whole conversation. A bunch of stuff was going on. I had
Right.
tickets, and then it said my tickets wasn't the right tickets for that event. It was only for the after party thing. So I ain't have the tickets for the indoor concert. But the way the ticket sales had went, I bought like a package, and I thought the package was for the concert and it was for something else.
Right.
So it was just a whole thing. But it's crazy for me being patient, me being, just like, damn, like, this supposed to be a celebration for me. I'm talking to the promoter, not knowing he's the promoter. I'm talking to him like a regular human being, just being grateful. And I'm like, yeah, I do music, he inspired me. He just so happened to have a speaker on him and start playing the music off the speaker.
Hmm.
So I'm playing him the new music that's about to come out. And he's just looking at me, and I guess he can tell like the influence. Like yeah, I could
Yeah.
tell he influenced me. So like I had my own sound, but it was just still more of the he could tell like I could tell music, there's a type of songs, the way I was writing my songs. Then from there, I was upset because I had tickets. He wound up calling the management, then got me tickets right by the stage. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And afterward, I got to meet and greet with him. And then it's crazy when I went to meet and greet with him. He just like he looking. He's like, yo, you look mad familiar. He look. I gained weight from I gained weight from how I was. Like I got huskier. I used to be real
Right.
skinny. So he looked at me like, oh, you look mad familiar. Yo. I'm like, yo, it's crazy.
Familiar right there.
I'm like, I'm the kid from that club that one day when the security guard was hassling me.
Like, damn, that's him.
Yeah. He looking at me how big I got and shit. He's like, damn, that is you, man. What's up? Like, you know what I'm saying? So it was love, man. Took a picture with
So,
him. All that shit.
so what would piggyback on your sound? So, because I know you're a rapper, you also you do like R&B as well. Where did you get your inspiration for to create your own sound, and what makes you different from a lot of other artists out here in the game, in the indie game?
With me, it's more of I stay true to who I am. I think that's one thing that makes me different. Like a lot of people have a hard time with that. Like my thing was, I know I was inspired by music culture. Everybody got somebody they're inspired by, but I didn't want to sound exactly like him.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like music has his own sound. Like nobody sounds like music. He
Right.
has his own sound. But because he was so much of a major part of the neo soul sound, you know what I'm saying? He's like one of the most influential people in that genre. Him, Erica Badu. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Right.
so when people look at that genre as far as male singers, he's like number one. They're gonna go to him for that. You know what I'm saying? For me, it was more of I like neo soul, but I don't always just sing full songs because I rap. So if I'm gonna
Right.
do something, I'm gonna feature myself on it with me rapping. You get what I'm saying? So I'm like, how can I do it in such a way where it's it's my own sound and I'm not sounding like nobody? Then so I had to become a student of the game. I started paying attention. Um, of course, I used to listen to DMX, Black Thought people, but a person who piqued my interest was Ja Rule. The reason why he piqued
Yeah.
my interest because Ja Rule was a street guy, but he was still able to do like these like harmonies and certain stuff like
Yeah.
with gangster rap, but still make it cool and fly for the ladies. And
Right.
with me learning from being a huge fan of LL Cool J, like LL was, I knew he got the ladies because he was fly. So when I was smaller, I was cut up, I was modeling, I had the 8-pack. So I'm like, how can I take the things that I've seen and I paid attention to and implement it into myself?
Right.
And I started doing that in the midst of finding my own, because I didn't want to sound like them. I didn't want to, I know it's a blueprint that's set, but I didn't want to follow that exact blueprint. It's like, all right, I'm paying attention to sounds. Like, all right, this is what a hit sound like. This is what that sound like. But when it come to me, I paid more attention to what made me feel good. You know what I'm saying? What made me feel authentic where I wasn't selling myself out just to make
Right.
other people feel good. And I know a lot of people, they make music to, try to appease people. I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like every song you're gonna hear from me came from the heart.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And even the record you just played not too long ago, See You Again. The whole storyline behind that is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like the amount of loss I lost within the last year. I just lost somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Sorry to hear
Just
that.
Saturday that passed, that was just with me. You know what I'm saying? So it was like being authentic to myself, pushing myself, created a sound for myself. You know what I'm saying? Because when people was telling me I couldn't do it, all right, watch me do it.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And that's what it was.
Right, I got you. And like how you move in, I admire that because a lot of people are like trying to be somebody else instead of just you know being authentic out here. And you don't, 'cause I know indie artists, they're trying to get put on, and sometimes you feel like you got to sound like somebody else to get the
Mm-hmm.
likes, to get the love, and all that, and you don't. You just put out some good music that people gonna love, and they're gonna be like, hey, like yeah, I want to hear that, and put it in rotation and all that. You create a lot of music ranges from upbeat records like Everything Lit, Come Outside, to more personable songs like Bad Decision and Selfish. How do you balance
Mm-hmm.
vulnerability with entertainment?
It's like one of those things where, like I said, being true to myself. Like, I know the industry got a way of trying to change people, and I pay a lot of attention as a independent artist on not trying to sway away from my
Mhm.
authenticity. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right,
one thing I learned was there's a community for everybody.
right,
And one thing I learned also too was, you know, some people some people can't tell you how to be you in a situation where 95% of people have never even been at that position to even change some lives. Like
yeah,
you got people who never did music, but they'll sit and tell you, yo, bro, I think you should do this like this. It's like, bro, what would you know about it? I studied music. I've been doing this since I was a kid. Yeah, that sounds cool. Like, don't get me wrong. Every now and then you might find a person who don't know nothing about nothing that give you an idea. Like, damn, you know what, that works.
yeah,
You know what I'm
true,
saying? But that's like once in a blue moon. Other times it's just people trying to
yeah,
conform you into who they believe you should be for their liking, not for who
right,
you are as an artist and what you bring to the table. You
right.
know what I mean?
So we're gonna talk about you. Have you ever had a friend that encouraged you to explore modeling? Did you ever imagine yourself walking down runways and working in fashion?
Nah, you know, tell everybody this. When I was younger, I used to take pictures just to be cool. You know what I mean? Because people used to, have cameras and, you look photogenic. We like your smile. Let me take, I always got that since I was a kid. But becoming a actual model, having campaigns, being paid for campaigns, I didn't see that. When I got in the modeling, I had just be the case for sales money. You know what I'm saying? But the way it got presented to me, the natural hustle in me is what made me say, I want to give that a try.
Yeah,
Because the way it was presented to me was a good friend of mine, he's like a brother of me named Kasim, and my brother Nate, rest in peace to him. Basically Kasim came to me one day and was like, yo, I came into work after work one day to pick up my check. At the time I used to wear my beard. Cut my beard off, smooth face, super clean. The girls who work on my job couldn't recognize me. Usually I would show up in black hoodies, you know what I'm saying? I would look like a
right.
street dude. You know what I mean? I showed up to work, to pick up my check. I got a suit, I got tuxedo shoes on, a super fly suit. I'm super clean. Like, so, and I was wearing glasses at the time, not like stunner shades, but I actually had glasses on. So they are looking at me like, yo, this look like they like, yo, how you doing? Damn, you look good, this and that. And I'm like, yo, it's me. What are you talking about? And it fucked their head, like it really fucked their heads up because everybody was looking at me like, damn, we never see you like this. I used to wear my hair in like a curly top. I had cut my hair off. I was in the fade. I had a fade with the waves, cut the beard off, super clean. So when he came to me, he positioned it to me. He was like, yo, bro, you young. You was able to just beat this case. And I'm going to be real with you. You have the opportunity to really change your life. Now, I understand your case had something to do with, some other stuff, but God was
Right.
able to get you out of that. You know what I mean? I think you should do, you know what I mean? And I was in a place where I was lost trying to figure out where I was going to go. people already knew me in the streets from doing music and getting into a bunch of stuff. You know what I mean? Some people knew me for doing music and laughing, joking. At the time when I was younger, I used to dance. So some people always knew me for being multi-talented. Then there was
Right.
some people who knew me for cold street stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but I didn't like how it made my mama feel. You know what I mean? When she had to see me in that courtroom, seeing her in tears, that kind of the man in me at the time I'm developing. I was 21 at the time, so the man in me was just like, I don't never want her to, shed tears like that. You know what I mean? If she the next time she like if she gonna cry, it's gonna be tears of joy. You know what I mean?
Right.
As a man, something in me, was festering because I'm like, damn, I'm losing a lot of friends. Everybody around me getting locked up. I just beat a case. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm reevaluating everything. So it get positioned to me. You like, bro, look, I know you never thought about modeling before. And he was telling me like, I know it's an industry that have a lot of gay males, but for the straight males that make a lot of money. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And he was breaking it to me. He was like, listen, no matter what you think about it, you ain't got to worry about the gay males. But there's a huge, huge following of women that follow it like a cult, like follow like that fashion stuff. He was like, yo, for straight males, there's a lot of females, and you already do music on top of that. You can literally, it is like you're a cheat code.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Not only do you look good, but you also can make good music. You'll be friends with women who are models, so it's easier to get models for videos because they
Right.
work with you. You know what I'm saying? These celebrities that you always talking about you want to be around, a lot of them go to fashion shows.
True.
A lot of them got brands and they need models. You know what I'm saying? So this is stuff that's being said to me. But to take it a step further, you know, he was just like, nigga, look, I'm gonna be real with you, bro. He said, how much would you make on a regular day, right? Just standing on the block. Just, you know, I ain't acting like I was the biggest drug dealer. I wasn't. I might a good day I might touch a stack, right? So you're like, oh, all right, you $5,000 you're making a day, and then you gotta re-up and all that, right? He said, let's look at the things that you gotta go through just to get that, right?
Right.
You gotta watch out for family. You gotta watch out for friends. You gotta watch out for friends of your enemies. You gotta look out for the cops. You gotta look out for fiends who trying to burn you,
Yeah.
basically for money. You know what I'm saying? You gotta look out for the competition that's in the same area. You know what I'm saying? All while just trying to make $1,000. So you're putting your life on the line every day just to try to make $1,000, let alone destroying your community. At the time, in my head, I'm like, I'm young. I need money.
Yeah.
This is not, it's not registering to me. It's just like, look, I gotta eat. And these jobs ain't hiring fast enough. So he said, what if I told you that an amateur model can do a campaign and they'll pay you 1,500 for 30 minutes of your time? When he told me that, the natural hustle in me was like, nigga, stop playing. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. The natural hustle in me was like, nigga, what? I can touch 1,500 for just taking a couple pictures. He's like, yeah, man, they'll pay you 1,500 and they might only use one picture.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you get paid, and then depending on what campaign it is, they can have you plastered all over the city.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't believe it at first because I'm like, yo, but he told me, he said, listen, I'm gonna be real with you. You're gonna have to leave the street shit alone though if you're gonna do it. You know what I mean? There's gonna be a lot of shows you do at first where it's gonna be free. You know what I'm saying? Because you're trying to get
Mm-hmm.
your foot in the door. That's gonna be free. There's gonna be a lot of days where you're gonna want to go hustle. You know what I mean? But he said, I could promise you that if you stick with it, a lot of people gonna know who the fuck you are, and it's really going to
True.
boost you. It's going to take off for you. And when they told me that, it's like, all right, it sound good. Then I wound up having a daughter, and like by the time I had my daughter, it like kicked me into like a different gear, man. Like I
Mm-hmm.
ain't gonna lie, like I started modeling. I was known. I started getting known. People knew who I was. I was on TV a couple times, and then it's like I had my daughter. And when I had my daughter, I was so hungry because I didn't want to go back to the streets that they would have fashion. They would have fashion shows, and I remember I used to show up to the fashion show with the damn baby carrier on my chest and my daughter in the front. You know what I mean? I'm
Mm-hmm.
doing casting. I'm the only dude there with his child. My baby is strapped to my chest like a bomb. I'm getting ready to go walk for judges just to get picked to be in these fashion shows, like major fashion shows. And I'm telling the people who working, hey, can you just hold my baby while I
Yeah.
walk just for this quick 30 seconds, right quick? But this is stuff I'm giving you the real. This is not stuff I really talk about, but you feel what I'm saying? I'm handing them my baby and I'm like, you know, I go walk and I come back and people looking at me, get my baby back. But to the judges, it's like, oh, this dude dedicated.
Yeah. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because I just refused to, you know what I mean? I refused. I was like, I I have to I have to do something. You know what I mean? I stuck with it
Yeah.
for a long time. Then I stuck with it for a long time. I kind of fell away from modeling a little bit. Some life things happened, but like it helped me get into like movies. It helped me, you know what I'm saying? Like that door that he told
Yeah.
me it would help me get into. It took some time, but it did. And when it did, it made me sit back like, damn, I haven't modeled in a while. And some of the campaigns that I did years ago, I'm still eating off of.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They about to have a major campaign in Philly right now. It's called SIPS. I did the campaign 3 years ago. They still using my pictures. So every year the campaign come up, they still using my picture for the campaign.
You still getting that cheddar for that?
So so they'll give you a large lump sum of a payment. So that's what I got a long time ago. But a lot of times it's a citywide event, kind of like how they had restaurant week and stuff like that. So a
Mm-hmm.
lot of times if I show up to an event and they have my face plastered on the like on one of the main events or whatever where I'm at, a lot of times if people look up and see it's me, it's like, oh shit, oh come on, bro. We got a celebrity. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, hey, man. Because what you're doing, all what you're doing, I got a daughter too, so I understand that. I feel like with men, baby girls, they change men's perspective on things drastically.
Mhm.
I'm thankful for mine. She's been in some places where I played at in churches, and she she plays violin now, and she pretty much was like, "Hey, I want to be a drummer." I was like, "All right,
Mhm.
well, cool. You want to get in the drum line, bet." But I just want you just like to take a moment, just because I know you've been through a lot of adversity and you trials and tribulations, but just like take a moment just to think, like, when you see your face plastered everywhere, and when people say, "Hey, this is JERS," like how does that feel for you to know that through everything that you did it the right way, you was humble through it, and now people are like recognizing, like, "Hey, that's you."
I mean, it feel good. It's just I'm just waiting for that moment of moments. You know what I'm saying? So I just pray and I keep working. Some people when they get in situations like that or they get campaigns, they get big headed. Now they think they larger than life.
Right.
It's like with me coming from the struggle, I'm like, this is not enough. I'm still hungry. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Some people get that little bit of fame and that's enough for them. To me, it's like, it's people who will see me and be like, damn, bro, I remember you back in high school. I remember you when we was kids, bro. It's crazy to see you do all this stuff. And
Yeah.
oh, you was on the radio, you was on TV. We watched this, we watched that, we saw this. And to me, I'll be looking at him like, bro, I ain't doing nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? And until my daughter got a couple M's in the bank, until I move my mom out the hood, you know what I'm saying? Until I'm in a better
Yep.
situation for myself and my family, I didn't do shit. I
True.
got more work to do. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how I feel. You know what I mean? But like, but it's just I'm gonna tell you what it really is for me. Me, it'd be like, I gotta keep working. But the joyfulness comes in when my daughter sees it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, it's like I gotta keep working. But to my daughter, when she sees it, I'm larger than life. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
That's all that matters.
And that's what matters to me. You know what I'm saying? When she sees it and it's like, that's my dad. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, the first time my daughter heard me on the radio, like, she was like, she started going crazy, like, yo, like, this is you.
Yeah.
I know this song. I'm like, yeah, this is my
Yeah. That's,
song.
yeah. Mine was the same way. They were playing my radio show one time, and she was like, "That's you?" I said, "Yeah, that's me." She was like she just smiled out, and I think it was like it meant a lot when she started sending it to her friends. It was like, "Yeah, that's my dad.
Mhm.
He's doing music. He's like, check this out." And I said, that meant more than any like, any share or repost is when they get involved with what you're doing.
Because it's that realization. It's like, yo, like my dad could have been anywhere in the world. He could have been doing anything. And he right here with me and he making it happen. You know what I mean? And that's
Right.
the beauty in it. That's the real beauty in it because it makes you sit back and and it feels good.
Yeah, it
I
really
mean,
it does.
especially like I've watched, it's like, and me and my dad talk about this all the time. Like, for real street dudes, this like survivor's remorse is a real thing. You know what I mean? And I have my days where I'll sit back and I'll be fucked up because it's like, damn, I watched niggas I grew up with who was on my hip. They was right with me. Boom.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Boom. Or life destroyed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We was eating out of the same bowls. We share the same clothes. We come from the
Right.
same, you know what I'm saying?
I got you.
But I went this way, you went that way. You know what I'm saying? And it hurts you because sometimes you might look back and see somebody you was like this with, and it's like you want to help them as much as you can, but they'll never change.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you start getting that survivor's remorse because like, damn, like I wish I could do more, but I know I can't. You feel what I'm saying? And it'd be crazy to me, like I'll see guys that started off doing music with all that, and it just be like I'll look at them, just be like, damn, man, like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you, bro. But like you're doing it the right way. And like I say, like, pretty much just stay humble, keep doing what you're doing. Don't get discouraged out here. Because I know a lot of musicians, especially indie artists, if it's not moving the way they want to, then it's like, I want to quit. And I
Yeah.
usually tell a lot of them like, yo, you can't just quit on a gift or a talent because it's some people out here who's making trash. I'm like, hey, but they confident in it and they're gonna keep putting out trash. But it's like I tell the ones who like that's making good music and they're sitting on it, like put your music out there. If you're comfortable with it, let the world
Mm-hmm.
hear it because you never know that one song could get to you know a Jill Scott or Erica Badu or Kalani, and they like, hey, I want
Mm-hmm.
you to come up and just open up for us. And then it's like you took a chance on yourself and they took a chance on you. So like to see you like even rub arms like how you did with music, a lot of people will be like, man, that's some crazy stuff. I wouldn't have did that. I would just,
Yeah.
miss it. But you'll
Yeah.
miss
I
out
have
on an
literally
opportunity.
been told that,
And,
like, nigga, you
and
crazy. But
Yeah.
I'm like,
I mean, like,
but
hey,
I'm,
like,
but I tell people, I say, look, man, when you really want something, man, you'll do some crazy shit, man. Like not, hopefully not in a
yeah,
super bad way, but just like when
nah,
you, you know, what I'm saying? I had to say that, some people, but getting, but really pushing yourself and your limits. And you're right, it is them days as artists, man, because I noticed, right, there's a lot of culture vultures, and there's a lot of people who will get over on indie artists because they know you fighting for your dream. And the crazy thing about it, a lot of times it don't even be the direct person. It be people that be around them that'll spin
yeah,
you in loops, make you pay all this money, make you be a certain way, act like they're gonna give you the introduction and never do it. You know what I'm saying? Or
yeah,
do some funny stuff to try to derail your career. You know what I'm saying? It'd be a lot of little stuff, and that's why I really stay true to who I am, and I'll talk to people like, look, man, I was in sales for the longest time, bro. I know how to talk to people. I know how to sell
yeah,
myself when it comes to this music. I used to promote clubs. Like it was outside of doing music. I had stopped for doing music a couple, like probably like a good 4 or 5 years, and just focused on club promotion, paying attention what artists they was playing, paying attention to how to make extra money hosting. Got real known as far as doing it. That's how I met Philly Freeway. That's a whole nother conversation. You know what I'm saying? But I started becoming so much
right,
of a student of the game because I'm like, I know when that time comes to really take off, I don't need no promoter. I know how to promote it. Oh, what city we going to? All right, look,
right,
I'm gonna set my team up on how we gonna promote this. You know what I'm saying? I know this is, you know what I mean? But just learning the game, man. I watch people tell people, yo, you gotta be like this to be this artist, or you gotta be like that, or and I tell people saying, bro, I've watched people as talented as Lauren Hill be derailed.
mm-hmm,
What are we talking about? I done watched people as talented as Lauren Hill be derailed. People try to, you know what I'm saying? Whitney
yeah,
Houston. Look, just you know what I'm saying? We can keep going. You feel what I'm saying?
yeah,
And then I watch artists who one hit wonders who lived off that for the rest of their life and have
yeah,
a lick of talent for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? That's why I always be so mindful and so serious about like staying true to myself. You know what I mean? Like not allowing them to, not allowing people to try to put you in a box.
yeah. So, question. So, what would you give any advice you could to indie artists out here
Invest
that's
in
trying to
yourself.
make it and invest in yourself?
And the main reason why I say invest in yourself because a lot of indie artists think, and I'm gonna be real, and this the part that get us killed a lot of times, chasing after dreams, right? We be so focused on doing other people's shows, right? We so
Yeah,
focused on doing other people's shows and getting in on their stuff and yo, I gotta do this for them because they could possibly put me on to where you find yourself in a rabbit hole, constantly spending money on these shows, 300 here. I can open up for this person. But then you get there and you open it, the person don't come to damn near 1:50 in the morning. They done had you perform at 11 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? But you had in your mind, I'm performing for this
yeah,
person. But in reality, you really wasn't. You spend a lot of money on shit that because and this is a messed up part about it. A lot of the people who were supposed to be the real gatekeepers, they so worried about making themselves money. They not giving the game to help people out. That's why I feel like music back in the day was more authentic because it was if you was that dude, you had to show you was that dude in the streets. You had the guerrilla market. You had the real. It was that. Now it
yeah,
was like, long as you got a blue check, you got a couple of dollars, and you could spend money on ads. You
yeah,
that dude. You could be nobody in the streets at all. Nobody really know you. Just know you for being on Instagram. You feel what I'm saying? You could have been a
Yeah, I got
nobody, but you just got some money and you just ran some ads, and now everybody know you. You know what I'm saying? Times have changed. You know what I mean? But I always tell artists, I said, man, be real. If you look at yourself and you know you spending 600 here, 300 here, 400 here to hop on these different shows where you performing, you know, and it might seem like it's cool and but you spending 300-400 for what, 5 minutes? Maybe 5 minute set, maybe a 6 minute set. You know what I'm saying? Can you hear me? Did it freeze on me? Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, it like froze on me. I didn't know what happened.
Yeah, I don't know either, but we good though. But yeah, like I was
Would you
saying
would you
before,
hear would you hear the rest of what I was saying, or it just froze?
it that froze with so yeah, we can go back to what you saying. I was just pretty much just saying how it's just amazing that now these days, like you said, people more like they're like almost going to depression because
Yeah,
of likes and following, and I'm
dopamine.
like it's crazy, like So I when I talk to people on here, and a lot of people are just like they're just trying to make good music to be heard, not really caring about if they get the likes because you got people out here like it's crazy, you give me
I
a
tell
song.
people, I don't care what nobody say. Guerrilla marketing will always be the best way to promote yourself as artists. You can run ads, you can all
Right.
that stuff like that, but getting out here in these streets, getting you a team that can move around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The ads help. I'm not saying they don't help. The ads help, but showing people that authenticity will build you a cult following, and people forget that. You know what I mean?
Yep.
This is why people love DMX. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Any man that can stand on, I tell people, I said, outside of him, I don't see nobody who did bigger shows than him and had that much influence other than, some people say Pac, but I still tell people, I said, Pac had a great influence. I'm not acting like he didn't. But I said, what DMX did at Woodstock was unheard of.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's like outside of Michael Jackson and him having people pass out by just seeing him.
Yeah.
That that performance at Woodstock when he did what type of how's it going down, and
Right.
just watching how people reacted to it, that's like unheard of. You don't even
Yeah.
see stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? In the lineup that he was against, we got to be real. He was against the Biggie Smalls, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he did what he did. He can have people growling. He can have people smiling. He can have people crying, praying for everybody. Who the like
Yep.
like who the fuck is this guy?
He was a real one.
Yeah.
Right. And one thing I did like about him is like he didn't care. Like he could talk about duct taping you and putting you in a hole and raping your wife and all that. Then he could turn around and fall to save him, heal him. And I was like, what? And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
but like how his platform was, you respected him because he was him. He wasn't
Mm-hmm.
out here like the life he lived is what he lived. Like I tell people all the time when even now when people put out music, if you ain't out here in the street, don't be putting out music that you out here in the street. You shooting people and because a lot of some of the
Mm-hmm.
music I used to see and I'm gonna tell on you Brody. I'm gonna tell on
Mm-hmm.
Brody in the video. He looking at you like yo like you wasn't supposed to say that and you're like yeah you was there
Yeah.
too and it's like I'm like because it's a couple songs I've heard from ones I'm like yo you telling on your people like this or you in there with guns that you can't work, and all this stuff. But hey, it sounds good, and it's different with the newer generation because they're all on the parents. So if I can fake live it, then it's cool. We don't want to hear about like some of the new generation are listening to Hove and Big E and X and all that, but some of them, you know, doing it their way. So that's how I feel about it.
And the biggest problem it's no problem with being who you are. You know what I'm saying? The problem is when you got a lot of people act like something they're not. Like I tell people, I'm gonna take the step forward with me bad rapping, right? I'm a guy that been locked up for some shit. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna act like it was the worst of charges, but I was locked up for really doing some things, right? You got guys who never did nothing that will literally, because a camera is on, act like they the most gangster thing you ever seen. And the crazy part
Right.
about it, and I always say this, I said, man, a lot of the dudes I know that was the craziest gangsters and all that, look, I'm talking the craziest was niggas who was quiet.
Yeah.
Like, they're gonna snap. But it's like, he walked off. Oh, let's get the hell up out of here. We all know what it is. Like, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, the guy who telling you what he gonna do to you a lot of times, you got some guys who live it, but they ain't really lived too
Yeah,
long of
true.
lives. Versus the guys who just like, all right, stay right there.
Ain't saying
Like,
nothing.
you know what I'm saying? And that come with time. You know what I mean? That
Yeah.
come with time. That come with, but it's understanding too. Like, because they realize like, yo, my time could be any time. I might be
True.
doing what I'm doing, but my time could be any time. So I got to still reevaluate whatever I'm about to do because, in the streets, it's, ain't no rules.
Yeah. So I'm gonna hit you with a couple of rapid fires, and then we're gonna close out. So who's your favorite artist of all time?
I got two of them, LL and music.
All right. Favorite album?
Damn, that's a hard one. Damn, man, because I'm gonna tell you why it's a hard one. My aunt was one of them people who was she said be a part of a band. So when I was in foster care, she adopted me, right? Now when she adopted me, this how I got a good ear for his music. She used to have all this different music from disco music, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s. She had everything. She listened to damn near everybody, right? So remember them 5 disc CD changers?
Yeah.
So imagine being a kid and she got this 5 disc CD player and you hearing everything.
Mm-hmm.
You hearing 1 second you listen to Anita Baker and then you listening to Tupac. Then you know what I'm saying? Then you
Right.
listen to the Sade. You listening to Sade, but then you listening to Beyonce. You listening
Yeah.
to Biggie Smalls, and then you listening to Ron Isley. Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? It's like, but because of that, it like I was
You
listening to
get them
so
good
much
at it.
good music as a kid. I just became a fan of just good music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when people say, "What's your favorite album?" It'd be hard for me because, like, yo, I used to like my aunt used to play albums on repeat. Like, you know what I'm saying? She was like my first version of realizing what a DJ was without her trying to be. You know what I'm saying? So, you listen to so many records of these different albums. Mind you, the 5 disc CD changer is playing all the albums because it's playing all of them. You know what I'm saying? So I'm
Yeah.
listening to every single one and I'm confused because I'm like, damn, this all I know is this music feel good. So I can never answer them. Because as soon as I say one, then I think of
All right.
another, then bam.
All right. Well, you got a top 5 then.
Ah! What genre? Are we talking? You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. We talking anything. Top 5 genres, what was old school, new
Are
school,
we talking? Wait,
whatever.
are we talking top 5 genres? Or are we talking top 5 artists or top 5 albums? What are we talking about?
Top 5 albums that your top 5 albums. If you can listen to anything right now.
Damn it, man.
Oh no, we're gonna stump you though. But we're gonna get these 5 though. Cause I know you got 5.
Damn, it's like, life after death. Uh, um, God damn it, man. Fuck, man. Uh, Nas. What's the one a Nas album I really liked? Hey, man. Oh, that shit hard. This shit hard, man. Cause I'm really stuck, man. I'm stuck because like, oh my god, like it's crazy. You definitely hit me with a rapid fire because I'm really stuck. Because nobody never asked me that. So now I'm really sitting here trying to think on this. Like, damn, I'm so much of a fan of music. It's like, how do I create a top 5 out of? I love everything. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm the same way. So if somebody asks me the same question, I'm gonna be like, I don't know either. Cause
Yeah. So I'm stuck. I'm stuck because like I know I'm gonna make a top 5. Then I'm gonna think of something like, damn, no, I gotta move this because that was more influential.
yeah, I know mine will probably be different. I think Ludacris first joint.
Yeah, that's a good one. That was one of them. I like his Theater of
Uh,
the Mind. I was gonna say that I like his Theater of the Mind album.
yeah, I'm gonna go with 112.
Definitely. See, man, it's so many, bro.
That's 3.
It's like,
I'm a Ja Rule fan. People gonna laugh at me, but yeah, I'm a Ja Rule fan. So,
you
uh,
can't- listen, people can hate on Ja Rule all they want, bro. That nigga was a #1 hit artist, bro. People can say whatever they want, bro. Outside of LL Cool J, and I don't care what nobody say. But when it come to male rappers, outside of this what I would say, as far as ladies loved him
yeah,
because he could make lady songs. Outside of LL Cool J was Ja Rule.
yeah.
100%.
Now,
Like X did it, but he didn't really do it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
yeah. Oh yeah, I got to throw X in there. So that's my top. That's my 5. But I'm the same way. But those my 5. So y'all get
Mm-hmm.
mad at me all y'all can laugh at me all y'all want out there. Pain is love was my favorite Ja Rule.
100%. You can't even act like people can't even act like that wasn't one of them.
So yeah, so that's mine. So dream collaboration.
Music Soul Child, Black Thought.
All right. Favorite city to perform in.
Favorite city to perform in? Phoenix, Arizona.
Why Phoenix?
I went there when I went to Phoenix, man. Like the culture there was different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like when I went there, it was I had to perform. I had performed there and watching, just watching how the people were and how accepting they were. You know what I mean? And they was
Right.
genuine fans of me. Like I remember I debuted my song "Bad Decisions" there at some what was it called? It's called Soul something. It was like an R&B night they had where it was like indie artists and any all these different people from all over would come and just perform at this place. And they would
Right.
allow you to perform, right? You just sign up and it would allow you to perform. And people could just come. And it was every week. It was an every week thing. On a Tuesday, this is a great thing. At a Tuesday night, if anybody could come get R&B, you could just sign up and go. But it was like an open mic, but it was made like an open mic concert. You get what I'm saying? Like it was really, really good. I went there one time and I remember I debuted my song Bad Decisions. And I remember just watching the crowd swaying back and forth, rocking with this song. And I'm really sitting there and I'm really sitting there and I'm looking at these people and I'm like, damn, back home, here in the tri-state, motherfuckers acting like the music can be amazing. But they gonna sit there like,
Right.
yeah, you cool. That was all right. You know what I'm saying? Like the demeanor here is like the
Yeah.
song could be crazy, but niggas gonna sit there like, yeah, that was all right. But then when they see you in private, it was like, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. That song was shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they don't show love up front. But there, it's like I got so much love there. It made me fall in love, being there. And the crazy part about it, I got a huge phoenix with a sun tattooed across my chest. You know what I'm saying? So that
Oh,
just gave me more like, it made me love that place more.
yeah. So studio or stage?
What performance?
Yeah.
I like both. Like I
Say
can do
both.
both. So I can do like it's weird because for me, it's like I grew up off of talent shows and you know what I'm saying?
Right.
They don't do a lot of that no more. When I was younger, that was the thing. Like talent shows,
True.
if you was fire, if you was somebody known in the city, when they threw these talent shows, everybody would go to these talent shows. Parents bringing their kids can win money. You know what I'm saying? Everybody would go to these talent shows and
Yeah.
it would mean something. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So I kind of made a name for myself as a kid by
I
doing
agree.
that. But from me doing that, learning the talent shows, and then I'm going into the studio and learning how to do my own sound, I, I'm already used to it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I can play and do both. I
All
know a
right.
lot of artists, you know, they can't go on stage and perform the way they perform in the studio because ain't no
Yeah.
plugins behind it.
Right. All right. So acting or modeling?
Ah, God damn it, man. Ah! How it's like it depends on the day.
Okay.
It depends on the day because it could be a day where I'm on scene for a film and is lit. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Right.
having fun. I don't care about we on set for 12 hours. I don't care because it's lit, right? Fashion shows, you know,
All right.
some fashion shows,
So, favorite song you ever written?
selfish. No, no, no. I would say my favorite song, selfish is one of them. But right now, I got a song called "You Know Better." It's not out right now yet, but I feel like when I made that song, man, I feel like when I put it out, it's gonna really speak to people's souls. And sometimes I listen to it, and I feel like upon me listening to it, I'll check myself about shit in my own life because the
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like it's that influential that sometimes when I'll listen to the song, like it'll make me say to myself, like, "Yeah, you kind of out here fucking up. Let me get my shit together." Like, you know what I'm saying? Anytime you make a song where you sit back and listen to it and it
Got
makes you reevaluate, because in my creative process, you know, I'll just be saying shit that I know people can feel. Like that's my thing. I call it making feel me music. Like
right.
that's one thing a lot of people say. When I make music, whatever I'm saying, I want you to feel it. There's a lot of good songs out here, but you're gonna listen to my songs and you're gonna pick something out of my lyrics, and it's gonna be like, damn, like that was a cold ass line, or that was a you know what I'm saying? So when I'm making these songs, I just be putting it together off of what I'm feeling in that moment, right? And after it's made, it's like, all right, it's done. All right, on to the next one. But sometimes I go back and listen to the record and I'll be a fanned out of myself. Like, damn, I really made that. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, let me get my shit together. I'm out here messing up, man.
Your biggest motivation?
My daughter.
All right.
My daughter and God.
One word that describes you.
Authentic.
All right. What this is just a question of what legacy do you want to leave behind as both an artist, a man, and a father?
Um, Follow God and believe, you could do all things through hard work. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And continue to just stick to your guns because it's going to be times where you're going to want to give up. It's going to be
Hmm.
people in your life there's going to be people in your life that's going to tell you can't do certain things. There's going to be people that's going to try to sway you away from you becoming the person that you know you could become. There's going to be people who are going to try to block your dreams. You know what I'm saying? As long as you follow God,
Yep.
I'm not even making it about religion. I'm just saying spiritually. As long as you stay
Yeah, I got you.
spiritually grounded and you continue to push yourself, you could do all things, man.
All right. So this is your part. Where can everybody follow you, stream your music, and stay connected? And also, if you want to get some shout outs, you can give your shout outs too.
Yeah. You can follow me on Instagram or on all platforms of official underscore JERS, official underscore JERS, JERS, the official JERS. Same thing for as YouTube, official JERS on all platforms.
All right. You want to shout out anybody?
Yeah, shout out to my management, KLP Consultants. Shout out to my family, friends, God for always holding me down. Shout out to you for having me here on this platform. You know what I mean? Appreciate you.
I appreciate you too, man. So pretty much, like I tell any artist, if you got anything coming out, have your management send
Yeah,
it to
I
me.
have I have an
I push it on my.
yeah, I have a record come out soon. It's Probably You Know Better. I'm stuck between trying to figure out which one I want to release, whether I want to release You Know Better or I'm
Okay.
Him First. So one of the two. Right now I'm pushing See
Okay.
You Again, which is one of my records that I want the fans to really go listen to. That song was made for anybody that lost somebody. You know what I mean? It's really a good record.
All right. So we gonna have you do that. Also, if you're pushing any music, have your management team send it to me. I can put it in rotation. If you're dropping any EPs, what I want to do, what I do different here is if you drop any music, I bring you back and let you, play your music. Either we can do a live or whatever, play it so everybody can hear what you got coming out. Also can push it on my station, so put it in rotation.
Mm.
And yeah, so we over here we support and make sure you're being heard. Numbers that I have are not lies. I don't lie about the numbers. So what you see is what it is. Is no
Mhm.
fabricated shit out here. So I appreciate you, bro, for sharing your story with us. Your journey is a testimony to resilience, transformation, and the power of believing in yourself despite difficult circumstances. I want everybody to make sure they follow Jez, stream his music, support his projects, and stay locked in for what's next. This has been another Indie Spotlight interview. Until next time, keep supporting indie artists and keep pushing the culture forward. Peace and blessings. All right, man. Appreciate you.
Thank you
And
so
then
much.
we be talking, and I'll be sharing this on IG, and then it'll be on Apple Podcast, so you can download the joint, and I can see the video.
All right, thank you so much, boss man. I
All right,
appreciate you,
man.
bro.
You
All right, definitely.
take care, bro. All right.